Hello, and welcome to Reality Realness's third episode, or fourth episode, of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Season 5, and this is our recap. My name is Michael Pez.
And I'm Chantele Francis.
And we are going to be discussing the third elimination, as well as what happened in that episode. And I thought it was a good episode.
It was a good episode. It was an okay episode.
That's why my voice went up. That's why my voice went up a little bit.
I think that for me, I don't find it to be a great episode when there's no mini challenge. I like the mini challenge. Yeah. I feel it's more complete. Like, I know that the maxi challenge was a big one this week, and so I get why maybe they needed to cut the mini challenge, or like I don't know if they actually even did it, but I do feel like it's a full week when you have the mini challenge and then you have the big show. And so I would like them to bring that back, just because that's what I like about the episode. It's like I like seeing them do their quick drag or do their silly little games and little, like, all of their reading challenges, whatever it is. I like seeing that. And then I like seeing them, like, use all their creative skills to do the maxi challenge. So,
and the thing is with the mini challenge is that this maxi challenge, the teams were picked for them. Usually if they do a mini challenge, the person will be like, okay, so you won the mini challenge, you decide the teams. Exactly. So the teams were all divvied up already. So that's why I kind of I had that question for you. Like, I didn't know if that was
that they did a mini challenge, but they edited it out. Exactly.
Or were they setting them up to have people work together with each other, or have that storyline, because all of a sudden they put Blair St. Clair with Mayhem Miller without Cracker, and then it was this whole Cracker narrative of not working with them and see how they'll do.
Well, but then I'm just devil's advocating here, wouldn't then maybe they would have put her with Alexis Mateo if they were being
for sure
manipulative in that sense. But, and I've talked about this in all reality TV lately. Why are we not doing any draft picks anymore? Like, we didn't do it in this one. Like, I want to see them pick their own teams always. Yeah. I want to see them pick their own teams. I want to see the drama that comes out of them deciding who they want to work with, regardless of whether they won the competition or not. I want to see them pick their teams. I want to see who's last, who's pissed that they're last pick, that everybody thinks that they suck. Like, I want to see
because that drives the motivation for that person who's not picked to be like, I'm going to shine in this challenge,
or not, and people
or not. Yeah,
I knew.
Like, oh yeah, you didn't shine.
So yeah, we start with the episode with Shay coming in, and she won that 20 G's. Like, that's a nice feeling. 20 USD is like, that's a good
tip. That's worthy enough to kick her off almost.
I mean, that gets dangerous. Well, it's kind of like, you already got some money. Let me have the money. What does the winner get?
Was the who?
Like the winner of All Stars. What do they get?
$100,000.
Is that another $100,000? So imagine you just won lip syncs every week. You'd get an additional 150 grand, 140 or so.
Yeah, the most they'll probably win, I think it's 6 or 7 episodes. Maybe they'll win $6 grand, 60 grand at the most.
Oh, I'm thinking of 20 each one. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. 60 or 70 grand. Yes. I was doubling it because she had 20, but yes.
Yeah.
60 or 70 grand for sure. That's a great tip. Huh.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like Ben de la Creme, sending himself home. He was like, I kind of already got 20 grand here. I got 30 grand. I'm going to go. So
I'm still mad about that.
Better, but still, yeah.
Sore spot. It's a wound.
So Sheikulay comes in, and they're all like, you won, and you also were against Alyssa Edwards. And he's like, I can't believe I had to do that.
Well, as I talked last week, I feel as though Alyssa Edwards didn't have as much energy that I wanted her to have. So I don't know if she was doing it because she wanted to favor maybe Shay a little bit and allow her to shine. But I felt that I've been wowed more by Alyssa Edwards.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I definitely think that Shay deserved the win for that particular battle. But I've definitely also seen Alyssa Edwards be a little bit more pa-bam.
I think that the fact that Alyssa Edwards didn't have to bring it, then I was like, you know, if she had to bring it and she had to win that and she was going to get the 20,000, so she would have been flipping on the ground and doing all that kind of stuff. But, you know, but yeah.
I never asked.
I'm glad he got it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wanted Shay to win for sure. I didn't ask you yet, though. So how did you feel about Ongina voting for herself? Because it was a unanimous vote for Ongina to leave last week.
I think that she was already, like, defeated coming in. And I think she already had written that narrative for herself. So that...
Like coming into the show or that particular week?
Both. You know, it's big.
I thought she was like trying year after year to come on All Stars. I thought that was like that she has been working hard to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I never really watched the first season so I really don't know her that well. However, I will say that her coming in and having that, I'll say it was a little lame, that lame talent show performance. Yeah, and then just coming in and then not delivering, like I don't have a voice, oh I don't have this, and she's just kind of like, she has a lot of people that she's up against in this competition. So I think that she kind of, I think Blair said it best. That she kind of wrote that narrative for herself. She felt defeated already.
Yeah, Blair definitely said that she gave up. And I do feel like she did give up. And that's kind of why I was just kind of bummed about her being cast. Like, I think she's beautiful. I think that she does have, you know, she does have something to give. And I was excited in the beginning that she was going to be on the show because I thought that she was going to grow and change and wow me. But I did feel like she was out of her league here.
I think it was just like, I don't want to compare the two because I thought he did a really good job on Big Brother, but it's like having Chicken George from like season 1 on All Stars. And you're just like, well, they had to have someone from 1. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so
it's memorable.
No, like memorable. Like he did his part. I just hope that when they do the comeback, that she's not the one that comes back.
How did you? Oh, you think there's gonna be a comeback, or do you know there's gonna?
I think there's gonna be a comeback. There has to be. Yeah.
I think there have been some sort of hints. Like, remember, like how they had the whole bonnets from what's that show?
Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale. Like they had that little, you know, mirror moments at the end. Like there was some obvious tip-offs that like there was going to be a returner. So why do you think that? I just
think because like when Derek went home, he was like, you know that I'm going to be coming back. You can forget about those rules. So like they have to have one little redemption, because just at the end of this episode, the face of the person that goes home, I was like, they're going to come back and they're going to be mad. So, yeah.
Well, Mariah is also pretty relieved, obviously, because her neck was on the line there. How do you feel that Mariah has been doing up until this point?
I just really like her confessionals. Like, I really like Mariah's personality, and her confessionals are really good. It's just that she's, like they said, that she's very, she's not as outgoing as the other ones are. You know what I mean? And she has to really be loud to be noticed, and she needs to really step up to be noticed. Gorgeous, beautiful. I think she's probably the top 5 best looking queens ever to be on that show. The best, yeah, absolutely.
Like, I want to look like you.
I want to look like you.
So this is where the Shade Queen makes her appearance. Do you know who that is? Miss Alexis Mateo. Like,
I told you she's not going to be very, like, she starts the drama, and she doesn't let it up either.
This is when she asks Ms. Cracker about why she called out Ongina, and then why Ms. Cracker is like now, you know, or saying that she feels sorry about it. Like, this was the beginning of like me being really anti Alexis Mateo. Yeah. Like, personally, I don't find her to be a pretty queen, in my opinion. I don't enjoy her talent, in my opinion. I don't enjoy her styling. So for me, she's not up there as a favorite of mine, and now she's also being kind of nasty, and it's kind of reminding me of what's her name from last season, New York Queen, Caps, and she just thought she was so good, and she was giving shade to everybody, but then she sucked. Not last All-Star. Britta, yes. Like that same thing. It's like they have this huge ego about like how great they are, but then they're actually just maybe a 7 out of 10, you know?
Yeah. The reason why with like season 3, like when I was watching all the Untucks, because I was going back and forth, because I had never seen season 3. And when I was watching, I was like, God, she's just nasty. And like she's using these like, and she's using like really direct, like very pointed like jabs at people. And then even when she was brought back for All Stars, someone will be trying to make a comment and she'll be like, cool, oh that's cool, you can talk, act the fool. And it's just like, oh, those little digs that she just like, and it just comes off like, that's why I said like I didn't want her on my team, because she just is always so negative and so rude. And like, I'm not gonna deny she can dance, she's been doing this for a while, that's her thing. I'm not gonna go see Alexis Mateo show.
Absolutely. Her brand, I'm not into. The fact that Miss Vanjie is part of her, like, she got lucky there, because I think Miss Vanjie makes her look like a better drag queen just because, like, you know, she's her drag mother. But, like, man, I really don't appreciate her drag persona.
And I will say with the whole Cracker thing is like, Cracker didn't have to go after Ongina like that. Like, you know, they didn't have to do that. But then all of a sudden, and then I feel really, really bad. Okay, yeah, you feel really bad. Cool. I just want to I apologize for, but she's not here anymore. And that's true. Like, I understand Mayhem and India not believing the whole Cracker, like, I'm sorry. I think that Cracker's very aware of everything that she does. So whether she's on TV, knows that she's acting frustrated, she's playing to the camera, and that's what you have to do for the show. Absolutely. But don't kick a bitch down when she's down. Like, exactly.
Well, Mayhem does come in there, and she does, like, her confessional is basically saying that she thinks that Ms. Cracker is lying. And you know what, Ms. Cracker, she may as well be lying. Like, maybe she didn't care that she said that to her, and it was all for a front. But it's just kind of like, allow the person to have an apology and just be like, you know what, I feel bad now that, like, she's gone and, like, she is a good person. Like, maybe she does have some sort of remorse, and, like, so should she not say it? Is that better if she doesn't say anything? Or, like, yeah. I feel like they're always going to have something to say about Ms. Cracker, and, like, that is partially because of the vibe that Ms. Cracker gives off. Like, she doesn't give off a very likable vibe, and she can be quite cutting, and she doesn't seem to know how to read the room a little bit. But I don't, she's kind of like damned if you do, damned if you don't with Ms. Cracker and all the queens. Well, at least those two anyways, Alexis Mateo and Mayhem. Like, she won't be able to do anything right in their eyes, I don't think.
No, of course not.
At all.
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh. So Jujubee, I think, is the star of the season. And she thinks that Alexis Mateo is playing head games, and I am 100% with her, and I'm happy that she's clocked it, because I think it's going to come into play. I think that this is the beginning of the downward spiral of Alexis Mateo, because I don't think they're all going to let her get away with being so manipulative. Yeah,
I think that, you're right. There's going to all of a sudden, when it gets to be, my favorite episode is when the queens have to battle back, and one comes back, but one goes home. Like, there's going to be someone that gets manilaed. And that was in the top 2 quotes of what was said. But it's there is a narrative. That's my mom and I, when we ever watch shows, watch Survivor, anything, there's always that narrative edit that's always through. And it seems like, I thought that Mariah might have been that ongoing edit, like the Monet exchange in season 10. But this one, I think it's going to be Jujubee doing the thing, like the narrative.
Yeah, well, she definitely is, because she, like, Alexis is playing head games, and she thinks she's just so smart. Like, I don't know. I'm really, really down on her. And so I'm sorry, anybody, if you're offended by my dislike for Alexis Mateo at this moment, but she really did rub me away the wrong way in this episode. And everything about her and that she does is going to be colored by, like, my disdain for her at this moment. So hopefully she can redeem herself in my eyes, because, like, right now everything's through the lens of, I don't like this person anymore.
So what you're saying is you don't want her to win right now.
There is nobody I want more than to get egg on their face. Like, I want them to fail very miserably, which is,
Gotcha.
I'm sorry, it's unfortunate. So yeah, as we were saying in the beginning of this, they forgot about the mini challenge and they just went directly into the maxi challenge. And so it was Chantele, you stay. And basically they had to create in teams that were predetermined somehow, and create kind of a luxury accommodation where they had to have a drink, an offering drink, and a gift basket, I think, of some sort, a room that was going to be great for people to stay. What do you think about the concept of this?
Okay, so like obviously I think that you and I would kill this challenge. We would kill, like, we have worked in the service industry and we know what it's like. We are also actors. We could probably kill this.
And I've been to many resorts working as a flight attendant a bunch of times. So
I've made a good gift basket here and there, okay? And I can make a good cocktail. But I'm just saying, like, it's drag queens having to make it campy, and how campy do you make it, and how, like, and then they have to rely on their acting skills, but then they also rely on their team and have, like, a script and film it and paint the room. And I think
that they just did those first few strokes as, like, for the camera. I don't think that they spent 6 hours each group, like, painting the room green. They couldn't have.
Yeah, they didn't put the tape on the wall to lag so it doesn't touch the ceiling. Okay,
I think we were like, we got the shot. Okay, now we're gonna work on our thing, and, like,
we're gonna work on our thing. So like the one room. Okay, God bless them. Let's talk.
What do you think of the teams first, though? So we had Shay, Ms. Cracker, and Mariah. There's Jujubee, India, and Alexis Mateo, and then Mayhem and Blair.
I'm just trying to compare them to the weeks before.
I thought that Mayhem and Blair had the strongest team. When I was going in, I was like, that's the strongest team. I think that they'll most likely be the best, and they don't have a third person, so that might be helpful, that they don't either overthink or underthink. Like, I just felt they had the best team. Second up would be obviously Shay, Ms. Cracker, and Mariah, just because they're all, I think, quite talented. And then, sorry, Jujubee, but I think she was on the lower rung team.
Oh, see, I don't know. I felt there was, like, I find that Mariah was probably the weakest on the Golden Girls team, and then the team. I thought Alexis was actually pretty strong to work with Jujubee, and, like, had India as their, like, anchor or whatever. And then the two of them, because they were on season 10 together, they could work well together. But that, like, the teams were fine. Yeah, I mean, I wish that they had been able to pick their own teams.
I want to see the drama.
Yeah.
So I guess which team do you think ended up doing the best in the end? Like, so we had the Shay team. They did Golden Girls. Were you a Golden Girls fan? I
think I am now. Like, I watch more clips now. I didn't get it when I was younger.
17 episodes?
I didn't get it when I was younger. Like, I remember it would be on Friday nights, and I remember, like, the neighbors, like, I would babysit them, and they said, "Can you please make sure that you tape the Golden Girls for us?" And I was like, "Golden Girls, stupid." I didn't get it as a boy, but now as, like, a gay man, older, I, like, totally get it, because I feel like that's gonna be my life soon.
I love the Golden Girls. Like, I don't know why I liked it so much, but I watched it in real time. And then it had a resurgence in like 2000 and 10 or so, when box DVDs started coming out.
Like
all of a sudden everybody's watching like all these old 80s shows, and so I started watching it again in Montreal, and so I really like it. You would enjoy it. Like, Sophia is like the old mom, and she's just so mean to her daughter, and she's hilarious, and Blanche is the oversexed like older lady, and Betty White is just kind of dumb, and it works really well. The jokes are really can be silly, but sometimes they're very funny. And so I thought going in, I was like, oh, that's a really good concept. I think that they have a lot to work with here, and so I was rooting for their concept. To be fair,
they're just, they were like, we're gonna make it look like Blanche's bedroom. I'm like, I don't know if that is 5-star resort. No, like, I don't know if that's gonna like look amazing. But the whole thing is that Shay had the B voice down, and they had the character like looks down, but then again, like Michelle says, there were no jokes. There were none. And it just was like, this is the Golden Girls room, and it just, if you could have played the Golden Girls perfectly, then it would have been hilarious, because then it would have been that interactive, oh my God, we're actually with the Golden Girls on this resort.
Absolutely. And even if they weren't acting exactly like the Golden Girls, like, perfect caricature, if they went overboard, like, I think we'll end up talking about it, but Michelle was saying that you could have gone further with the being overly sexual. Like, Blanche was really sexual. Like, was uncomfortable sometimes with seeing this like older woman like be very sexually inappropriate in the 1980s. Like, it might not even get on the air nowadays. Like, the inappropriateness at times. So she could have definitely pushed the envelope there. I think they all could have. And I wish I appreciated that Shay had like the white wig, but nobody else really looked that old. And so I wish people looked old.
Mariah looked pretty. She was a pretty Golden Girl. She was
pretty.
She was a bronze girl. There you go.
So what did you think about the Tiki Bar room? What was it?
Okay. So all right. So like, it just fine, that's your concept and everything like that. But like, the jungle theme is like, of course you're gonna do a jungle theme. And of course, this guy's going to pop out shirtless and all this stuff. Jujubee was like great at it because she was very natural and like, come inside. Oh, I've said that before. And like, it just was very, Alexis Mateo was trying to go for the joke, and she was going for it, and it was obvious. And then poor India, like, I'm sorry for all those people out there that like this fetish, but the whole golden shower thing just makes me really uncomfortable. And we have this golden shower. Oh, ooh, and you're like, cool. We get it, but that was like, later they get criticized or critiqued on it. She's like, oh, my joke was the golden shower thing, and I was just like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely didn't land.
It's not a 5-star resort.
And Alexis was trying to take control of the whole, how it was all going down. And I wrote down, I'm like, I think this is going to fail. And I had like a big happy face that I thought that their room was going to fail. Yeah, I mean, with the golden shower thing, if they wanted to make that work, they needed to like have a little more setup. Like, I don't know, talk about like, everybody that pees, go, this is, I don't know. We have the golden shower. And it's just like, it could have been like this, that doesn't have to be the main joke. You know what I mean? There was no joke with it. They needed to at least make it a joke, and then we could find it funny. It in its concept is actually not a joke. Golden shower. Like, it's pretty, I don't know. I mean, I guess it is a joke if the shower is gold, I guess.
Sure.
But
sure.
It's kind of more of a pun. But I think they needed to make it a joke to make it a little more effective, or make it at least land. Yeah.
Soaker. Or just soaker. Like, just
I did like with the Golden Girls team, though, that they had good names. They had Shady Arthur, rosebud, which is like the grossest thing in the planet to me. Yeah. The fact that there's a rosebud fetish is like crazy to me. If you don't know what a rosebud is, look it up and you will understand why it's really gross.
I don't even have to look it up, but there you go.
I'm talking about the people that are watching this.
I know, but I'm just saying.
No bueno. And then Balenciaga Devereaux. I liked that they at least put the thought into their names. I wish they put a little bit more thought into their jokes, but you know. Yeah,
like if there was like 10 teams, then cool. Then probably they wouldn't have been the worst. But out of the 3 teams, you know.
They didn't talk about the other team. What do they call it?
24 karat gold room.
24 karat experience.
Yeah, like I mean, they just kept saying the word expensive.
Well, that's when they were talking to the judges, but I like the concept of this room. Like, yeah. I'm like, yes, I love gold. Gold's my favorite color. Like, make everything gold. I want a 24 karat experience. Like, I was on board with, like, their concept, and I thought that it was going to look expensive because they can make it look gaudy and expensive. And I thought that I was most for that team because I thought that their concept was better.
And they kept whispering like Club 96. They kept whispering rich, expensive. And like it's like they said it 3 times, you're like, haha, but they said it 7 times, which is like the comedic way of like making things work and jokes. That when they said, is it expensive? Like I was like, okay, like it's funny, like I get their concept, like you're just supposed to feel rich and then even Michelle, and I don't know who that guy was, but Michelle's even like, we are rich. Like, and that's what was funny about it, yeah.
So beforehand, though, they had some workroom moments, and this is where even more so that Alexis Mateo really decides to butt on in. So Ms. Cracker is talking with her team about how, you know, she really appreciates that they, you know, are open to her opinions and that she respects them, and Jujubee, and, you know, Miss Alexis Mateo has to like, you know, turn her head around being like, what are you saying? You don't respect me? What the heck is she talking about?
Like Shea Coulee said, no one was talking to you.
Like, because, like, okay, I respect you. Like, this is kind of like very aside here, but like when people say the all lives matter, like rebuttal when people say Black Lives Matter, it's like, we're not saying only Black Lives Matter. We're saying, you know, Black Lives Matter too, right? And so when she's saying like, hey, you know,
it's nice to work with some professional people around here. It
doesn't mean that I only respect you guys.
Yeah.
It means I respect you guys, and this is who I'm talking to right now and who I'm focusing on right now. My team and Jujubee, I want to include her. Like, I respect you guys right now. Why is she getting all offended when someone wasn't talking to her?
And the whole thing is maybe, like, maybe those queens outside of RuPaul's Drag Race have actually messaged you and actually been like, you did a really good job in your season. Maybe it goes beyond that, and maybe it's really nice to work with some really, like, respectable queens, and, like, I really respect your work. Well, you don't respect my work? Well, fuck you.
I'm not talking to you, and maybe she doesn't. And what if she doesn't?
Like, what if she doesn't? Yeah.
Like,
I almost wish that it had erupted, but Miss Crocker's not like that to like be like, she really wasn't looking for a fight. She was just, the camera's there and probably a producer's going, hey, see that thing again like about the working with professional people. And they're probably like, I really like working with you and you. What about me? Fuck you. I'm like, shut up.
Well, clearly I don't like working with you right now. Like, it's like, you're not making a great case of somebody that I want to be like, include and be like, I love you. You're so great. Like,
I just really like with everybody that's professional. You and you and you and like, doesn't name everybody.
I was happy though that Shea defended her, because like just in all the conversations that have been going on in the world right now, it's nice when people stand up for the person and just don't let it like, oh, it's not my problem. Oh, it's not my problem. Like the fact that Shea was like, hey, like, She wasn't talking to you. She was talking to her team, and this was a team conversation. And I was very happy that she stood up for Ms. Cracker, regardless of whether she thought someone was right or wrong. Like, she stood up for her teammate, and I appreciated that. And that's probably one of the reasons why Ms. Cracker respects her. Right?
Right. Correct.
Right. Ugh. And so I wrote down Alexis is really shitty to Cracker, and then I wrote I officially hate Alexis Mateo.
You never seen All Stars 1, huh?
No, I have not.
Okay.
So I'll hate her even more?
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Well, because then she gets teamed up with Yara Sofia, and the two of them just like, yeah. It's the untucks that bother me. We're on untucked now, so now we have to act like a bitch to each other. Like now, like it doesn't have to be like that. You can talk. I know that you have to openly talk about what you're thinking and who you think's going to be in the bottom and all that, but you still have to like get jobs after this, right? You know that you're still supposed to be professional, right? And easy to work with.
Like, what if Ms. Cracker gets an opportunity and wants to choose some queens to be working with? Like, she ain't choosing you. Yeah. Like, right? She choose Shay and Mariah and Jujubee, the people that was talking with in a respectful way. But anyways, like, I 100% agree. It's like, yes, you might be making drama for the TV show, but like, you also still are working amongst your peers. So why alienate and make people dislike you? Unless she's trying to have like a storyline for the Drag Race stuff. I don't know, but it ain't working for me. So you were mentioning quote of the day. I think my quote of the day is when they're referring to the Golden Gals Palace and Resort, they said, "Sissy that walker over to." I thought it was really well, good enough for me to write it down. So I love that.
Okay, so my quote is, and like it's Ross says it.
Oh, I think I know.
And it's like, and it's about the Golden Girls thing, and it's like, and it's how Shay had a lot of quotes that Sophia said instead of what like B. Arthur said, and he goes, "I didn't read the whole Bible, but I don't think you can do that." that was my favorite quote, because
yes,
I didn't read the whole Bible, but I don't think you can do that.
What? Yeah, I know you can't really. Totally went through there. It's kind of like, no, especially between those two. No.
But so then it goes. Do you want to go to the runway looks?
So basically, yeah, it's basically coming up next. Let's see, do I have anything? So I just wrote about the Glamazon jungle theme that Jujubee was only. They're like, I was like, I thought that was kind of, the joke thing, the repetitive comment, kind of like Club 66, kind of like the 24 karat, or it's expensive, whatever they said. And like, I do like when things get done ad nauseum and become the joke because it's so repetitive. And so it's kind of what saved that team for me, is that like they got even like the judges to do the to everybody. In the end. And I wrote down also that, this is where you were mentioning the how rich, very rich, daddy rich. That was another good line, daddy rich. Daddy rich. I love them the most, to be honest, but I already said it. I love gold. Yeah.
Are they both your team? No, you have...
I have Blair.
You have Blair. Okay.
But I definitely love that team the most. So yes, this is the runway. I thought that Rue's hair and makeup looked A+, but something's going, like, is she given it like a design school, like the opportunity to design a dress for her? Because I felt like it was ill-fitted. It could have been nice, but I didn't think it looked great, but I thought her hair and makeup looked fabulous.
This looked great. And I thought that maybe, okay, so there's this filter that you can put on Skype where like you're in focus and the rest of the background is out of focus, like even down here. And I was almost thinking like because it was so fuzzy, it looked like it was out of focus and that it was just about her face and her hair. So I was like, maybe that had something to do, because I was like, really, I paid attention to this. I was like, okay, so what's Rue wearing this week? And then I was like, oh, it's very fuzzy. And then I remember like looking at it going, all I can see is her face and her hair. And I just thought, I don't know, looks kind of out of focus.
I just think, yeah, I mean, maybe I don't know what she's doing, but I find that so far this season, I haven't been that wowed by her like outfits, but her hair and makeup have been looking fire, like great. So the challenge
better than that season 12 finale.
Oh, 12, yeah. Well, that's because she didn't have her glam squad with her, and she didn't want to do the makeup.
I know.
I mean, I wish she had tried. I would like to see what her makeup would look like nowadays, since she probably hasn't done it in like at least 10 years, her own makeup.
Right? Yeah, like it'll be like quick drag. It would look like quick drag.
No, if she just had Raven on Skype, like teaching her how to do her makeup, I think she could have done a good job.
For sure. Yeah. That boggles my mind. That's crazy that I didn't know that Raven does her makeup. That's
a pretty good gig.
Did you see them on Family Feud?
No, I saw a clip to watch that. I forgot about it. Tell me more.
Yeah, I'll watch it. It's RuPaul, Michelle, Carson, Latrice, and Raven. And like just Steve Harvey's reaction to what comes out of Carson's mouth is just yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. I definitely, this is like mandatory watching for me now till next week. I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, you have to watch it. It's yeah. I'm not gonna say anything that happens, but just literally, even like a good 10 minutes, it's just Steve Harvey talking to them. I don't even know if there was any gameplay. I don't even remember any game. I don't remember anything or any answers at all. But like, yeah,
that's fun. Yeah. I'm into it. Obviously, yeah. I love doing shows. I love Family Feud. Have you and your family decided to go on the Canadian Family Feud?
We had the conversation the other night, and I said, wouldn't it be just? This is awful. I say this. I said this to my mom. I go, I just want a family that will go on Family Feud with me. Because and my mom goes, your brother will go. I go, my brother will not go. And like. I said, Mom, you would go because you know what? You would have the answers. You would be the best person to go because my mom beats me at every game. She is the ultimate player. But like I said, you're not gonna make Steve Harvey laugh. You're not gonna make them laugh and do all these things, but you'll have the right answer.
Do you know who the host is, the Canadian one?
It's the guy who does Mr. D. I don't know what his name is.
I'll look it up. I do want to actually watch those because like Hamza from Big Brother Canada is on it with his family. Yeah. And I have had the conversation last summer when they were looking. My grandfather was visiting, or he stays with my mom for the summer. Because he doesn't like Canada in the winter, obviously, and he has a house in Antigua. So he comes for the summer, and I'm like, he's 91, and I'm like, Granddad, are you gonna come on Family Feud? And he's like. Maybe because we watched the show together. Like he does like game shows, and so he said that he would come on it. My mom would do it for sure. My brother would do it for sure. We need one more. Maybe my brother's girlfriend. Maybe.
Yeah, bring her. Just get her on there. Just get her on there. If she's an option, get her on there.
So I don't know. Like my grandfather's still in Antigua right now, so I don't think we can do it. I guess they're not probably casting right now, but
it's just like I think it's on CBC. But just, look up when they're doing the casting next or whatever. Fly them in. Like for family-wise, I don't think maybe my cousins would do it. But like, I mean, like at that point, they're not going to cast cousins. They're going to cast the family with, like a certain, like an all family with a mother. Like if there's no mother in there, it's not really a family.
Yeah, maybe not. So the runway challenge was 3-in-1 looks, which I thought was great because we always love a good reveal. Blair came out first, and I personally thought that it was great. I was like, if this is the bar that we've set, like this is high. So she started off with a cute little pink kind of 60s look, and then she kind of removed that and twirl into a little yellow outfit, and then I thought it was, in my opinion, really breathtaking is when she does the final little spin around, lets her hair down, and she's in like a slinky, lame gold jumpsuit and was like 70s porn star like realness.
And it was good reveals. There's other people that come up that I'm like, that's not a reveal. so like, yeah, it was a good 3 looks.
I totally agree. So the next person up was Mayhem, and her first outfit I said was mediocre. And then she removed a jacket. And then I did love the swimsuit reveal with the head bonnet, like the
that was cute.
I thought that was cute.
Yeah, it was very it was very Katya All Stars 2 kind of thing with that little thing on the nose. Yeah, yeah, cute.
I like that. Alexis Mateo, I thought it looked terrible in my opinion. Like that big top striped hat. Like I did not think it was flattering at all. With the big hat.
This is my drag.
And then underneath was some fluorescent green, like princessy dress, and I was like, not cute color-wise, and it didn't go with the first outfit at all. And then with the circus theme, I didn't think it was very cohesive at all. She removes her wig, and then she's wearing kind of like a circusy vibe bodysuit,
like a trapeze artist kind of thing. Yeah,
I was thinking like the baton twirler. I don't know. Anyways, I wasn't feeling this at all, and I was like, "Ooh, maybe she's gonna be on the bottom!" Yay!
I did like the swirl, like because I have a bald head, but I like the swirl that like on her hair. That was like I like that one. Sorry, 1 second. I just need to text my mom. They don't have the wine that I wanted.
You poor thing. Well, I'll go to India next. So I thought that this was the best that I've seen India look. She was wearing that houndstooth like vibe style look, whatever.
Yeah.
And she definitely was kind of like pulling pieces off. Reveal. I thought it was all cohesive. I liked the fact that it was all in the same material, but just different ways to work the material. I personally thought that it was the best I'd seen Alexis look on the runway, in my opinion.
India.
What did I say? Oh, I said Alexis. I meant India. Yeah.
India looked great. It just when it comes to reveals, like when she was walking, you could see the side. You could see that it was going to be a tearaway reveal. And you're just like, like when you wear those pants with the Velcro, it looked like you were just going to like rip them away, which made the fabric look shoddy, in my opinion. So like, but she looks really great. Like she does look good. And like one of my favorite quotes from another episode is, "She's not afraid of makeup, is she?" I definitely thought she was going to be in the bottom because of that.
Fair. I just thought I thought it was cohesive, her looks, and the best I've seen her look. But I can see how it may not have looked as polished as as maybe the bar would be set, but I appreciated her effort in this one, especially coming right after Alexis, which I thought was it didn't look good at all. Jujubee, so she was a little witch with her like nice white hair. It was kind of like Halloween. So she went to Mrs. Claus, and then she went to Little Sexy Bunny. I liked it. Yeah. She was pretty.
It was cute. I thought it was like a little costumey, the witch thing, but that's kind of what she was going for. It was like just the different looks. And then I'm not a big fan of I didn't like the Mrs. Claus look, but I do like the bunny look. The bunny look and I always like a good witch. So anybody that dresses like a witch is great.
It's like, what did I bring? How can I make this cohesive? Halloween. Basically what probably happened.
But isn't that what Alexis Mateo just did? She did like all her Halloween looks.
What do I got?
The Greatest Showman, but like the people that didn't make the cut.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mariah. So she was wearing like the fuzzy jacket with the helmet, and then she went to a little black dress, and then it revealed a ball gown. I don't really remember it, so maybe that's indicative. I remember I love the helmet. I thought that helmet was cool.
Yeah, and then Michelle clocks her on being like, you just took like off a jacket, and then it was this like, it wasn't really a look. And it was like, I think that she maybe got Mayhem mixed up with Mariah, because Mariah came out with this helmet on and this look where she was like she looked, I don't know, it looked like Blade Runner. And then she like comes out, does this thing, and then all of a sudden she was in this gown, and then she was like in a real gown. And I was like, that's 3 looks. But she got clocked on not having enough look. I don't think that was right.
I definitely did not see her being as bad as the judges were seeming to come for her. Like, I was like, I thought it was 3 separate looks. I definitely agree with you there. Yes, maybe she kind of took off a jacket, so if that's the reason why she's being clocked. But, like, I don't know. It was 3 separate looks, though.
It was 3 separate looks.
So, like, Blair kind of, I mean, she had more flair, but she kind of also took off a jacket, kind of, you know what I mean?
But India was not 3 separate looks. India was like, she got the full set of a wardrobe. She got the pants, the stockings, like the shoes, the arms, and then just decided, I'm going to Velcro them all.
Just rip them at the seams. New outfit.
Like, oh, and now a bathing suit. Cool. So yeah, I disagree with the Mariah thing because she's on my team, but that's not because of that. It's just that she looked, that helmet look, that was fierce.
I loved it. I agree. So Ms. Cracker, I thought this was pretty up Cracker's alley. Are you rolling your eyes? I thought it was ugly because I didn't like the material, but I thought it was. I like the Fabergé egg type thing. I like the reveal into something else.
But is that a look?
An egg is a look, okay?
I get. Egg. Like it was cool because I've seen like Ben de la Creme be like a bug turned into a drag queen kind of thing. But it was just like, it's just like that. You can't lip sync as an egg. I don't know.
I mean,
the concept, yes. So the concept is cool. Like turning into the whole thing, like yeah, like it's awesome.
I like interesting concepts. I like being surprised, and I was surprised. Okay. You're like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't necessarily like the fabrics of it. So the blue dress to the gold dress with the train, like. But I thought that it was interesting, and I was surprised. And so I like I think when you do the reveals like that, if you're surprised, you don't expect what's underneath, then I think that's what makes things successful in this type of comp or whatever.
But she also was going with like, I've never seen it, but Anastasia. Like that's what she was kind of going for, like an Anastasia look, like the whole. I believe Anastasia is a Russian princess, I think. And I think the whole Fabergé egg.
As a book, a group of books. Anyways, I'm not sure.
I don't know. There's like Anastasia, but she said that she referenced Anastasia as her
muse.
The look, the muse kind of thing. And so I'm like, okay, cool. Great.
So Shea Coulee came out next, and I appreciated the effort. But I think I do agree that it looked a little bit cheap.
It was loud. It's really loud.
Yeah, it was loud and it just wasn't well executed. I definitely didn't, like, I liked the concept of like, caterpillar to butterfly, cool, but like, it didn't work all together. I didn't like the pastel color, like the light pink with like all harsh colors, like it just wasn't cohesive. Like either go all out like bright beautiful colors or go all out like mothy kind of stuff. But I appreciated her attempt at doing something creative and outside of the box. So
for sure, yeah, it was a different look for Shea, but it just was like like if I want to see wings come out, I want to see pretty wings. These sticks, it was like a pop-up book, and then it like popped out, and they just like he just used. Look at it moves. It was like, stop doing that. You're showing all your reveals really too quick.
So the judges weren't impressed by hers. So who was it that was safe? Okay, Ms. Cracker and Alexis Mateo was safe, and I thought that Alexis Mateo was going to be in the bottom. I really didn't think that they were going to like her as much as they did in. I know you liked her as well, but in the other part of the challenge,
yeah, but like I didn't think that Shea was going to be in the bottom. I thought that if they were going to pick a bottom, I thought it was going to be one team in the bottom. Like the full.
Yeah, I think they should have done that as well. Like if the team, the 24 karat gold won, one of them should be the winner. Like they shouldn't give the win to Jujubee because she's like, they've been doing that a couple times in the season. And I'm just kind of like, I don't know, if you're going to be on a team, you have to go down with your team. Like you can't still come out on top. Like you can be the best, one of the worst, but you can't take the win from the winning team. I don't think that they should be able to do that.
Yeah. I don't know. It was really, and just to have Cracker should have been in the bottom with that team, and who would have been safe? India would have been safe. And it would have been Mariah, Cracker, and Shea in the bottom for the Golden Girls thing, and that should have been the bottom three. And most likely, Cracker probably would have went home.
Cracker against who?
Like if it was Cracker, Shea, and Mariah in the bottom three, Cracker probably would have got voted off.
Yeah. Actually, so I guess maybe that's what they were trying to save.
Maybe.
No, you think that Cracker was worse than Mariah?
No, I think that she was worse than India.
But if it was,
if the team had gone to if that team, the Golden Girls, had been like, if the whole team would have been in the bottom,
Mariah would have still gone home.
You think so?
You think, that's what I'm asking. You think that Ms. Cracker was worse than Mariah?
I think that Cracker would have been voted off.
Oh.
That's what I think. I don't think that Mariah was worse than Cracker at all.
Okay, sorry. I understand where you're coming from now.
Yeah,
so maybe they were trying to prevent that from happening. Because, yes, Ms. Cracker might have gone home in that scenario. So I think then their system is broken still.
Yeah.
Because they're not playing that the best queen goes home. They're not playing strategically. But then the producers are coming in and still kind of maneuvering it to change the rules up so that the people that they want to stay in the competition longer are staying. I don't know. Why were they on teams in the first place? I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know.
So the bottom end up being India, Mariah, and Shea. So I personally thought that India should go home because she's just not as pretty as Mariah. And not as likable.
I thought that India, I'd like to see where the votes fell, because two of them voted for Shea to go home, and I don't know how many people are left. You do the math, but it was obviously pretty close unless they all sent Mariah. I don't think that Juju would have sent Mariah home over India. She's like, that's my friend. And a couple of them are like, that's fierce. So I'd like to see where the votes come down, because I know two of them voted for Shea. I
think that was the only two, if I'm remembering the preview correctly. I think only two people, and one of them being Mayhem.
Mayhem and Alexis.
Mayhem playing strategically, so we can see that.
Mayhem and Alexis vote off Shea, and then Juju had the lipstick in her thing, so I don't know whether she'll reveal that. And then there will be I think, and then there's Blair, and I don't know, there's a couple, but we'll see what happens in the next episode for that.
So Miss Monet was the lip sync assassin. It was really nice to see her. I thought she looked gorgeous.
One of my favorites.
I was pretty happy to see her come back on the screen. She was my winner pick a couple seasons ago, and so I was happy that she looked so great. And JoJo and I had went to see Work the World, and she was there, and we obviously loved that. So it was nice to see her again. I find her to be funny. She's entertaining to watch. I would see a show of hers because she's entertaining. She is entertaining, regardless of whether she doesn't get the wig on point or whatever. I enjoy watching her shtick. I like it.
I would love to go to New York and watch her live show. I would like her live talk show.
Absolutely.
The talk show that she has is awesome. I think it's great.
Absolutely. And so Jujubee, sorry, we never mentioned it, she ended up winning even though she wasn't part of the winning team. And so she was going to have to do a lip sync against Monet Exchange. Yeah. And I didn't think that she had a shot to win it. And it didn't seem like she even tried that hard to win against, like, I just felt that she kind of went to the back of the stage and kind of walked around and kind of just like, you know.
And that might be a thing as well with like the whole lipstick thing. Like maybe like if she had won, she'd have to pick between those three. And two of them are her, like been friends for a while, and Shay's really great, so maybe she didn't want it. I know that's copping out.
She's friends with India?
Sorry?
She's friends with India?
I think because season 2 and season 3, I think when you've been on that long ago, I believe that you guys are all friends. And she also is very chummy with India a lot. Most of the time, like when she was making fun of Alexis, like the two of them are very chummy. I think they're right beside each other.
You're saying that she threw it because she didn't want to make the decision.
That's fine. But you know what? But also a fact, I saw a meme that this was the first time that Jujubee has won a main challenge, and this was the first time she lost a lip sync.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I think that she chose to lose. I agree with you. Well, she wasn't trying to win. How about that?
Yeah.
And so maybe your reasoning is sound. I'll look into it.
We'll see what happens.
How friendly they are in real life. I'm gonna look it up. So yeah, I'm like, damn, Mariah's gorgeous, but she's gone.
Gone. I've lost now 2 people in a row.
You have left.
I have just Jujubee left, which I feel like I'm pretty solid for the next couple episodes. I don't see her going anywhere soon. I think that she'll be in the final 4 for sure.
Yeah, I think she'll make it to the finale.
So the next one will be, the last one will be 4 people leave. So the next episode, the 4th person will go, and then they'll have the comeback episode, and they'll have a kickoff, and then there's only like 6 episodes or 7 episodes usually for an all-star season. So it should be done pretty soon. However, what starts next week is Drag Race Canada.
Are we doing both of them?
I don't know. Here's the deal. I don't know if I can honestly sit here and critique my friends.
Well, you can critique them in a positive fashion.
Well, obviously, I'm not going to be like, wow, mother effing shit. No, I'm not going to be like.
You could also be providing like an interesting perspective. Be like, oh, I understand.
I'm just like nervous because I'm so excited. This is the first time that I'm actually watching a reality TV show in which I know these people. Like, I really know them. So I know 5 of them that are going to be on. And like,
at the same time, I'm not forcing you to do anything you don't want to do. But, giving them the respect that we're going to come and critique them and like, you know what I mean? Like, even I'm doing this Big Brother cheesecake and it's like a little game online and people are taking this so seriously and they feel like they're on the real show because we're coming and like talking about their games. And so
that's true.
I feel that it's a bit of kind of publicity in the sense that we are using it as an opportunity to honor them and give them the respect.
It's great exposure for them too. Like,
absolutely,
people are starting to make those Funko Pop little things of them, like the little figures of each one of them now. So they're starting to get that. I'm messaging them all right now to try to make cocktails for each one of them.
Absolutely. So I think that we should use it as a way to honor people that we know.
Yeah.
And I think JoJo knows some of the queens as well. I think I know a few of them maybe indirectly. Maybe we can have some of them come on and talk. Like, we can make the cocktails for them. I think that it might be a great opportunity to celebrate the first time it's happening in Canada, and especially because we know some of these people.
For sure. That you know what? Thank you. I
win. No, I'm just kidding.
So if you like this, we'll wrap it up now because this one here has to film a lot more. We're going to wrap it up now, but please subscribe down below to Reality Realness. Honestly, we've been really enjoying the fact that I've seen some posts get 190 views. And I actually typed in on YouTube BB Can and our faces popped up. Yay! And I tell you, people are watching us and people really respect for what we say. And honestly, we respect the fact that people sit here and listen to us dum-dums talk about reality TV. Okay, so subscribe down below. You can follow me on Instagram at Michael Pez.
Or me at ShanFranFran.
Or you can find Joseph at Jojo O'Toole.
Joseph O'Toole.
Joseph O'Toole.
Make sure you like this episode if you liked it, and ring the bell so you can be notified whenever we have a new episode from Reality Realness with 3 S's. So I hope you guys have a great day today, and we will see you next week, probably at least twice. Probably 3 times. Actually, maybe even 4 times. So
we'll see. Probably do I don't know if we're going to do a draft pick for it, but we'll see what happens with Drag Race Canada. Tune in. It's on Crave. It starts Monday, July 2nd, which I think is the Thursday. And yeah, it'll be on Crave TV. So check that out. Perfect.
So it'll be Thursday, and then Drag Race All Stars is Friday?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll figure that out. Okay. Bye, guys. Thank you.